Good morning, pineapples. Welcome to the video. In this video, I'm not making any sounds. I'm not gonna be recording any instrument or singing or anything. What I'm gonna be doing instead is deciding what is the emotional direction of the song. ये गाना कौन है और ये गाना कहना क्या चाहता है और ये गाना कैसे उस चीज़ को कहना चाहता है. This कैसे is very important in a broad level. Alright, so for context, we are working on a rock cover of the song Ahi Jaiye from the movie Lajja, which is an item song जिसके आगे उर्मिला मातोंडकर नाचती हैं, which is why this is a challenge, making an item song into a rock cover. Cool. So from the last video, I gave you a tour of the previous project, and now, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. I have a new project. Yes, thank you for the claps. This is way more prettier than what I showed you earlier. That was messy. Many plugins, many tracks, all very unorganized. I like this. This is what I've learned in last 2 years. All right, just this. Organization. Drums, bass, piano, all structured as per the frequency they will, they will provide in the song. Guitar bus with acoustic guitar, distortion guitar, vocal bus. This is the vertical arrangement of the song. These are all the instruments that will be playing and more probably. जैसे जैसे गाना demand करेगा, I will add more instruments to it. And then you have the linear structure to it, which is saying, all right, this is gonna be the first line, of course, but the song is gonna start from the first line. I'm gonna sing the first line. There's gonna be a filler that will introduce the song, something something like this, and then we'll enter into the intro of the song, right? This is the first line, and the chords. I've written down the chords because मुझे बार बार याद नहीं करना. I have tons of shit to remember anyway. So chords are written down. If you're a guitarist or instrument player, a keyboardist, you can pause the video, pause here, and then pause here, and you can play the chords. They're fun chords. All right, I really like the chords. They go something like E minor. So this is the first line. This is how the song is gonna start. And then we'll go to the intro, we'll go to the verse, chorus. And here's something interesting that I've noticed. This song is very weird in terms of structure. There's no verse, there's no chorus. How do you tell me if this is the song. All right. And then comes rara, oh rara, baby rara, oh rara, something like this. Item song mein. Of course, I'm not gonna use this. This is not at all rock. So which part is verse and which part is chorus? इन चीज़ों के अलावा there is just one other segment which goes शोला सर्द सर्द क्यों है मीठा दर्द दर्द क्यों है पानी लगे क्यों शरारा बताना. So like this. What is this now? Is this pre-chorus? So this song is very written from the heart, I would say. And I'm just calling the first line as verse, Na Tadpaiye thing as chorus. And then there's going to be a guitar solo. And this is really important that I decide this now. How else can I start recording? So there's going to be a solo. Then there's going to be Shola. You see, Shola, Sard Sard kyun hai? Then we'll repeat the verse, repeat the chorus a little bit. Smaller though, just one line. Look at this size of verse, and then look at this size. This is half of both verse and chorus. And then there's going to be an outro, which is my favorite part of the song, which is going to go something like like this. And then the song is gonna go to the outro, goes to major. This is the linear structure. This is how the time will flow with the song, or song will flow with the time. What does it mean the outro goes to major? Well, the song is in E minor, and then there's gonna be outro. And then we'll go. This is E major. So the whole song will change its, how do you say, like the model quality or something. The basically vibe will change. The whole song is gonna lift from there, and there's gonna be harmonies and all that stuff. Having said that, let's come back to the main question. What's gonna be the emotion of this song? तो जब मैं लिरिक्स सुनता हूँ इस गाने के, it's going, आइए आ जाइए आ भी जाइए, यूं ना रह रहे के मुझे तड़पाइए, which is kind of like a plead, you know. It's a lover asking a lover to please come, which is a very intimate thing. And yeah, it's kind of horny. The song is kind of horny, but let's leave that aside. There was a very important decision for me, and that I'm still not able to decide honestly, जो कि है कि should this song have acoustic guitar treatment or distortion? Should there be distortion? You know, I'm a huge fan of distortion. I'm a Linkin Park sound kind of guy. I like Korn. I like Limp Bizkit even. I like distortion, and it aches my heart to say I'm leaning towards acoustic guitar in this one. Yeah, because distortion, man, you can't do things like, you know, all of this will be very distorted. It won't sound good. And then this part, this is very much needed with this, with and then because I like the chords so much, I think the chords and the melody and the intimacy of the song deserves acoustic treatment rather than a very forceful distortion, you know. And here's, you know, there's this intimacy where you're just out of your mind. There's this anger even in that level of emotion कि तुम अपना phone फेंक देना चाहते हो अपने दीवार पे, right? You know what I'm talking about. There's that anger, that frustration, and their distortion makes sense when Linkin Park make music and they say I've become so numb. So their distortion makes sense. But इस गाने में the lover is on his or her knees. They're like, आ जाओ यार, नहीं रह पा रहे, यूं ना रह रहे के हमें तड़पाइए bro. And I think that needs melodious, harmonious things to go on. I'm going to do a lot of things with bass. And then here's another important emotional decision, which is piano. You know, this frequency, here's my, all right. This frequency of, I'm going to use this sound so that it just sits after bass and before guitars. You know, personally, piano se mera heart kafi gets overwhelmed, and I like that. So I'm going to use that specific range of piano and maybe above, like really high somewhere. these are some thoughts that are floating around my head right now, and I'm just documenting them and deciding कि भाई ये मेरा guiding principle है, इसके आसपास नहीं जाना है, नहीं तो मैं खुद को परेशान कर बैठूंगा. There are millions of things that you can do in a song, and you don't want to do all of them. You gotta decide, okay, this is my scope, this is my area. So that's what's decided today. The tempo of the song, another very important decision to make, is 90. Okay, 90. Previously it was 87 in the previous project. Now I've increased it a little because I'm introducing drums. पहले वाले project में drums नहीं थे. So with drums, I think 90 is gonna be sustained really good. Probably I'll increase it a little bit or maybe decrease it by 1. Let's see. I have that freedom at this point, so I can take care of that. And finally, what I have is the realization that this song is very high for my voice. I'm already going in the falsetto after the g and p. So yeah, I think that will also bring out a pain in the song, because voice is gonna be in the pain. A lot of kharaj riyas for me for the next month or so, or next days or so. Hopefully less days and more kharaj riyas. That's what I meant. And I'm very excited to record the tracks now after these decisions are made. I take 1-2 days to wait and let the universe send things to me rather than fighting for them. I keep the song in my mind, but I wait. So I waited, and this is what I've got, and I'm going to go ahead with this. So until next time, I'm going to see you around. This is your boy. Bye, Pineapple.